Right. Motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. New logo, new things. Don't forget to come and check us out at motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. Go to our featured products. Yes, check out our $20 one click called A Valentine to My Body. Make sure you get yourself a copy of that book. And of course, to continue to support us, go to shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear. New things, new logo, new things to come through and support. Motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. I am Kai Storm. This is season 3. Be in the building, G.
New York State has legalized cannabis, and to help understand what that means, we are starting the cannabis conversation. Who can use, where to use, and how to safely use. You must be at least 21 to legally use, possess, or buy cannabis in New York. If you choose to smoke cannabis, do it away from other people. Cannabis should always be stored out of reach of children, and you should never drive under the influence. Join the cannabis conversation at cannabis.ny.gov.
All right. Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the building.
Motherfucking building.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, Lord. I am hot and tired. How are you?
Man, it is the weather is bipolar in New York. It was warm a couple days ago, it was warm up to yesterday, and now it's like back to a little chilly and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we making it through.
Shout out to Aundrea. Wow.
Yes, Aundrea, how you doing? This is the first time I'm meeting you, so what's good?
What's good?
Let me take you off the Bluetooth so it's not feedback.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you guys, we have such a great treat today. We have Aundrea in the house, Aundrea in the building, and we're going to talk about a lot of different things. I'm ready to talk some shit with you queens, man. But before we go any further, please introduce yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay, so my name is Aundrea. Hi. Yeah, there we go. There it is.
From New York City.
There it is. That's what we have.
That's
How are you guys?
Well, shit, we good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, motherhood, sex, marijuana is always a fun time. We definitely love our guests, so we are glad that you are here. According to Ruby, you have a great and impacting story, so we damn sure want to make sure and hear all about it. And of course, if you have any businesses that you currently that are running right now and want to promote big time, tell us all about that. But yes, when she said introduce yourself, she was like, she basically was telling you, you know, tell us who you are, tell us what we're gonna be talking about, and just let our audience know about the queendom that is you.
Right. Okay, so again, you know, I'm just Aundrea in the streets. They might know me as Andy. I pretty much am, you know, just a general, you know, good old Black girl out here. Actually, I got one of the shirts on right now. I work in design for my cousin, Nicole. This is Nicole Reach Products. So, you know, we normalize Black generational wealth over here. So Nicole Reach, COLERECC.com. Yes. And go get your shirt. It's a lot of Black love, a lot of vegan love, a lot of positivity over there on the website. And Yeah, I pretty much do marketing and branding full time. So as far as like running campaigns or dressing and designing from all aspects, that's pretty much a good general sum up of me.
So you're a professional problem solver, a free thinker, creative mind, and a genius, because I have had the pleasure of speaking to you. This lady's got it going on. I want to talk about, I want to get right into it because I'm going through something right now and I could use some perspective.
Okay.
So Andrea's going to talk about her story, but I'm going through a situation right now where CPS is involved in the life of me and my children's lives, almost on the daily. And the ironic thing is that, and it's funny that I've said this before, I think I'm like a great mom. And the ironic thing is that for someone that loves their children so deeply, I find myself in the middle of this case on these false accusations. I haven't shared this before, but these accusations are actually coming from one of my family members who just wants to see a queen down. You know what I mean? I must say it's a toughie. You had some interest. You had some. I'm sorry, I have like hair in my glasses. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
It's just hanging down. It's actually hanging. There you go. Now when you probably
thank you.
Yeah. No worries.
But you know what? I want to ask you, like, just straight up.
Okay.
How? Okay, you know what? Hold on.
Straight up, do it.
I'm still emotional. Okay.
It's all right. Be emotional. Be a human. It's fine.
Okay. Thank you. You grew up in the foster care system for a certain amount of time. Can you tell us what that was like and why you ended up there?
So not in a foster care system, but in everybody else's hands. Luckily, I had like a community and did not have to actually be admitted into the system. So nobody ever snitched, no one ever told. So that was pretty lit, luckily. I just had a lot of people around me at the time that just like kind of saw me and was like, you know, in some type of form of lover like, and they all just kind of like swarmed around me and like took me in. To be displaced from a person that it's all I know though, and that I was trying to be everything for, was very weird. It was like, okay, you know, you still gotta graduate high school, you still gotta, you know, look towards your future, you still gotta, but and mentally I was just like stuck in like, yo, this cannot be like really happening. It was like I was always waking up from a dream and then like completely ignoring everything and just like kind of motioning through life. It was funny because I just had a conversation with a friend asking me about something that happened in that time and I had no recollection of it. And they got pictures and everything. And I'm like, son, couldn't even tell you. I mean, I see it. I'm there. But mentally, I was just like legitly just walking around like a zombie from 17 to probably 24, 25, honestly. If anything made sense or made the world that I lived in before all that happened, I would just rock with that to keep things like normal and the same so that nostalgia is there, not knowing that my whole world is changing around me, not knowing that I could even change and have a like different perspective and different view on life. And I really didn't like wake up about until like 24, 25. I was just like, oh, I can like legitly control what's happening to me now. So yeah, get a handle on it. And that's kind of what that was for me. It was hard being away because I thought I would be the solution to all the problems. And I definitely couldn't have been. That's just a young child thinking like they could solve like parental problems. But I am happy that there was a break in time. If there was no break in time, I promise you I would not know or have seen the things that I have, because I would be right there again as a child, just trying to fix, adults' problems. And I would have probably stayed there, because loyalty and serving is probably what I am most known for in all my friends group. Like, you gonna call Aundrea? If you don't want there to be a problem, don't call Aundrea. But if you want there to be a problem and you want that problem solved within the next like 3 hours, call Aundrea. That's what's gonna go down. That's what's gonna go down. It could be legal, it could be illegal. It just depends on how emotional you trying to get her. If you hit her with that Aundrea and then that pause, oh, I feel like fighting. But
it sounds like to me, it sounds to me like you've been through, some traumatic situations in your life. Yeah. And you found, the most, I could say, at least I would say, an extreme way to cope and to get over and to move on. Because most people, you know what I mean, they either, reach out to other people, or they, they find some sort of habit that kind of makes them forget that situation. And you know what I mean? There's all type of different self-therapy. So the fact that you took the road of self-therapy and wanting to be better is what I'm hearing. Is definitely what I'm hearing.
No, that is the absolute truth. Like, I just want to be able to, like, I don't know, some people probably don't think this is like a major thing, but to be actually able to walk in like everything being true, like nothing's like, oh, she just flaunting or she flexing, or nah, it's real. There's no flex, there's no front, there's no me trying to hide my insecurities, me just living in them and be like, yo, now when I get in a certain room, in a certain atmosphere, I might take over. If you can't handle that, you probably don't want me in the room. It's not to say that, and like, you either got to give me complete instructions or just let me run the show. Like, I know that about myself. So there's certain rooms I don't go into. It is not because I don't work well with others. It's just legitly who I am. I can work with others with instructions. But if everybody's just like looking around at each other, oh, it's over. Hands up, I'm in, you do this, you do that, you do that. And some people don't like it. And I'm upfront about it. And because I'm upfront about it, there can never be a lie told or anything like that. Because if you've been around me and said, Aundrea did what, you just be like, now, did she? And I just try to live openly and honestly, because that is probably like, I think that's the biggest flex. Like, I don't need to be extra. I don't need to be like, saying I got Louis V or YNSL. Like, nah, son, I got the big brand on. It's right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk my truth and live in my truth, and and I don't pretend like I am not human. I don't pretend like don't have insecurities or flaws or anything like that. I just talk about them, or I just be like, it's regular. And people are like, yo, so you just randomly said that? Like, yeah, I mean, it's just the truth. Like, somebody was like, yo, you should come out. I was like, hold on. I'd ask moms for the car. Like, I ain't no flex about it. There's 2 cars here. She got both of them. Hey, let me get one of them real quick. Let me roll out in one of your whips. Appreciate it. But that's a flex for me. She got 2 cars, I got no car. Because I am able to whip one of her cars around it's all good. And some people would be like, yeah, hold on, I gotta they'll lie and like discreetly and then just pull up in a car and it's just be like, oh, you got a new car? Yeah, I got a new car. Do you?
Well, yeah, the new thing in the world is to live, you know, a certain life in front of people and then live a certain life amongst yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not a person that you know falls for that philosophy or lives by that philosophy, it's definitely clear to anybody that knows you and could easily, you know, go in the comment section of any post and say, this is not you. The fuck out of here. I'm just saying, this is not you. The fuck out of here.
Thanks.
It's beautiful to see your glow. And with regards to like loving on yourself and knowing that, I remember in the midst of all this bullshit, we were supposed to meet with Aundrea, and it seemed like during that whole time, it was everything just was like crashing down at the moment. And I remember sending her a message, and I sounded so depressed. I sounded so sad. So sad.
I was like, yo,
I haven't been this sad in a minute, yo. It's because I just as yourself, I've always been a solution-based person, very positive, kind of to a fault, to where it's like, girl, come on, keep it real. Things are not always that great, because shit is not always sweet, and that's okay. Right. But because this queen was like, you know what, there's so much pain in your voice, like, just don't worry about it. And then it just took off all that pressure. And I think that what she is communicating to us all that is listening is that we don't need to further complicate our lives. Right. In fact, let's have grace on ourselves. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's make sure that our nervous system, our thoughts, and then our communication is what we want it to be. And we therefore can paint our own narrative. You said something very interesting regarding control. I don't believe we have control over shit. I just feel like we have the control or the decision and the choice to react to how we're gonna, react to it, right? And then, because I said something the other day, like, oh my gosh, for once I have control in my life. No, the fuck you don't, Rue. Because the moment that I've disillusioned myself, in which I have, everything around me will show me otherwise. And that's because of my own journey to myself, my own journey to the truth. And I don't need no filtered shit, because it's not filtered when people are knocking on your door trying to take your kids away from you, and you don't even have the slightest clue as to what's happening. My story is a little different from this queen's here. She shared with me that she shared with me a little bit, but it's up to her to share even more. The point of the matter is, regardless of what hand you are dealt with, what kind of shit challenges that you're given, you can change your trajectory. Right. The point is, do you want to? And do we want to? So I one day, I tell you, I kid you not, I had to literally say, you know what, fuck these kids.
Yes, fuck them kids.
Fuck these kids. If they don't appreciate what Rue has to bring, then it's cool. Because Rue's gonna go down. I'm gonna go down to my favorite sandwich shop that has the Cuban sandwiches that I like, and get me a glorified Cuban ham and cheese sandwich, which they call a Cuban. Sorry. I'm gonna go get my nails done. I'm gonna probably rub on myself a little bit. And then I'm gonna come back to the world and be like, all right, well, what do we gotta do now?
Right. And
so thank you for that reminder.
No worries. Like, and you know what, in the sense of being a child inside of all of this, because like I was a child that have lived in multiple, like I lived in 7 states, 8 cities before 15. And
oh wow.
Some were places like shelters, and some were suburbs, and some was like the hoodest of the hood. Shout out North Memphis. Somewhere it was everything. And to be a child into involved in all that, I got to see and be, you know, just see things like differently. Like there was a kid that that was there that me and my brother, I have one older brother and that's just us two, that we would always play with out in Phoenix, Arizona. His situation completely different. His father was like mad abusive and mom was on a run like crazy. And so to be listening and remembering his stories was just like, yo, I understand that. Like you wanna get away from that. I get that right there. But kind of being in my situation, kind of being forced out, you know, not making it my choice was just like, felt like a failing child versus, you know, his story. And he just felt like he needed to like run away. And then are y'all Atlanta watchers, the TV show?
I've seen
Childish
the show.
Gambino's show.
I actually have seen the show a couple of episodes, but
you seen the first
kind of
episode?
Off, so I haven't gotten into it, but I watched a couple of episodes.
So season 3, episode 1, you can tell that, you know, Donald Glover's in his bag and he just doesn't care what, you know, people think anymore. He's going to do whatever he wants to do in the show. So season 3, episode 1 deals with the boy that was in the foster care system and had just disappeared. I don't know if y'all remember like back when they had shot Michael over the cigars, and we did our protests and did our riots, and there was this picture of this kid hugging a cop. Well, that boy was in the foster care system, and it was this 2 white couple, 2 ladies, and they basically were taking on kids, treating them like terribly. And then we'll go to the farmers market and like sell kombucha. It would take them to protest and like, you know, like, yeah, we get the 2 white moms, all these black kids and things like that. Well, the TV show versus what actually happened to this boy in real life is it wasn't just him, it was him and a couple of siblings that had to get taken out of the home. And they went into these women's care, and these women hopped around. Every time there was an incident with them, they would hop around to a different like city and state.
Oh hell yeah, I remember that. That
you remember that? So
and I remember being weirded out about that. Like, how the fuck they just get to pick up these kids and literally and they was just traveling with them and anybody that questioned them, they would just like the person would just disappear.
Dip hard. And the way Glover tells this story is so dope, because it's like you don't realize it's that story until you see the kid like hugging the cop, and you're just like, all that trauma just comes back to you. It's just like, oh shoot, that's a little kid that died. You know, he's still like missing to this day. Like, you know, they did end up running off the bridge, killing everybody in the car except for him. Like nobody has found his body to this day. And it's the way he tells the story at the end, as if he just like randomly went back home to his mom and started washing the dishes that she asked him to. And from that perspective of just like, you know, they didn't necessarily call CPS, but the school did. And I wonder how that counselor like feels to this day. But the school called them and they were taken out of the home, and then now his siblings are dead and he is missing, and he probably would be like 16, 17 now, if not older. And it's just like, yo, CPS is like, it's meant for the boy that I met in Phoenix, Arizona, that gets, you know, is running away and trying to like, you know, protect himself, but it's a failed system. And
exactly. It doesn't have the answers.
If you rely on that system so much, or think you have safety or fortitude in that system, you never know who hands you can end up in.
Exactly.
And it's so interesting that the way he tells the story is if, you know, he got in trouble, the school came, the mother blames him for them coming up to her door. So she kicks him out like, oh, you want to go other people who call CPS on me? I go ahead on with him. But never in his course or never in that counselor's course or never in anybody's course did they ever think that that was imaginable for his life. But yet the system is so broken that in all good intentions, tragedy could come. So that's why I'd be like, don't hit me with your good intentions, love. Give me all the actions. give me the actions.
Which is so, it is so important that you say that, because honestly, we just dropped an episode recently talking about, false claims that people call on CPS, and they truly don't know the fucking domino effect that it goes with it. They don't, you know what I mean? Some people just automatically assume that, you know what I'm saying, that the system will come and pick up whatever kids and take them into, and make sure and find these, adequate homes that are going to take care of them and love them and grow them into, good parts of society. You just like you said, you don't know who the fuck you're going to. It could be, and we have seen plenty of fucking movies that came out of Hollywood. Never mind, and these movies come out of Hollywood because of what? Because of not just because of people's imagination.
Real life is more entertaining.
Real life stories. You know what I'm saying? People get hooked up with these people, and then they don't know, and then these people could be fucking sexual abusers. They could be fucking drug dealers where they fucking using the kids as mules. Like, you know what I mean? In my personal situation, where we talked about it on the show, this hasn't happened to me recently, but the very first time I had an encounter with CPS, after the lady did her investigation and realized that there was no reason for her to be talking to me, the first thing she said was, you know what? I'm wasting my time with you. I have a real case on my desk where a father is beating his son with a hammer. That's a real case. That's real information. That's real abuse where I should be, you know what I'm saying, taking that child and putting them somewhere. But then at the same time, you also, just like you said, you got to think about it, where she picks him up and takes him into a system, and you don't know how good the system is working, because especially in big cities, I can tell you like this, in big cities, and you know what I mean, systems like that are just like the jails. You know what I mean? Who to tell how they deal with them in small cities, but in big cities, those systems are straight up fucking jail systems. Everybody involved is treated like a criminal. Like, you know,
and children of the ward,
and the children are the ones that are paying the worst.
They're a check.
They are.
Dude, they wanted my 2-year-old so hard. I'm like, for fucking what? Because he's like $30,000 to $35,000 for somebody. Is that why? These are conversations that I'm having with these clowns, these incompetent clowns. So on a brighter note, please tell us about how you rock at fucking brand management and what your advice
that's how
would be.
That's how the segue is gonna go.
That's how we gonna do it.
Hey,
that's
how you go on a lighter note. Hold on. How are you?
Because at the end of the day, we have talked enough about the system and the fuckery of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I do want to bring up one more story
that we and Ruby has established on this podcast, that listen, we might be stoner chicks, but best believe you come at us with any kind of fuckery to destroy our situation, you gonna get dropped in a volcano. You gonna get dropped in a volcano. Wow.
No, but you do have another. You did.
I have one more story because, like, I thought it was weird and awkward, and so, I mean, I love how powerful social media is, and that's how I actually found out about this story. There was a girl that was a contestant on, I think it was like Who's Got Talent or America's Got Talent. an amazing singer, started a family. And it was crazy because her babies had some health issues. And so she's gone back into the, forth into the doctor, and they leave the hospital and she literally turns on the live and they're like legitly out in the middle of like, just like the most randomest highway, like one of the highways that got grass on it, like you might be in the country a little bit. And like she's recording and these women are coming up to her car and they're like legitly trying to get her newborn like out of the car seat into their hands, and the husband's there. And this is not a woman that, or a husband that is abusive to their child or children, because this is not their first child. And it was just like, why did they want the kid so bad? When you said that, why do you want the 2-year-old so bad? It made me think about that story. And they have both boys back, now, but it was an entire process of, feeling like, her whole thing is, what makes you feel like I am inadequate? What makes you feel like I would endanger my child? What am I checking off that y'all are like legitly hunting me for like this child? And in her situation, I thought about the woman named Hattie. I'm like, yo, maybe it's a medical thing. They might need her baby for experimental purposes. Like I'm thinking like
with that story though, I think it was a situation where which is another thing that I genuinely have a problem with government, because it's like as a parent, I obviously, if I love and care for my child, I decide what she eats, drinks.
It was one of those situations.
And basically, I think it was with that situation, it was something where she wasn't getting, she didn't allow the child to get any of the vaccinations.
That's crazy.
And then it was like a diet thing, like because she was vegan, and so she was keeping the child vegan, and you know what I mean, and when a baby is fresh out of the fresh out the womb, it's kind of hard for the baby to grow properly, you know what I'm saying, or certain, so in their head, in
their mind,
not for you not providing those things, it's abuse. Therefore they was getting at her, and it's really getting at her. And again, it's a problem with government, because again, if I decide that my child eats no pork, that means that everywhere she go, you don't feed her no motherfucking pork. That means that you better make sure that everything her shit is chicken or fish. What? I said her goddamn a menu is strictly chicken or fish. And you know what I mean? And so with her, that was the issue. The issue was that she on TV, and she's actually she was actually letting people know what she was doing based on the baby. And and in every fucking state of the United States, that's titled as abuse. But is it really fucking abuse? Is it really?
Yo, and this is how I'm gonna segue into that branding. So
yes,
this is how I'm gonna do it. So I worked as a newborn photographer for a couple of years, and what's crazy is the amount of times I saw CPS, and for all the different reasons. And as a newborn, like I've actually seen a woman handcuffed to a bed. I've seen a woman that lives on the farm, natural, birth and things like that. And, it was called then. I had, I've seen the mother that didn't want any vaccinations, and CPS was called then. And I know no one's schedule. I'm just a photographer pushing the cart around, like knocking on people's doors. Like, this is about to be one of the most beautiful moments. And, in walks in CPS, and you're asking, hey, can you actually come back in a second? And I'm like, all right, hey, cool. And then I go back in, and then the mother's in like full tears. And now I'm, have to be like a full-on counselor trying to make a buck because it's commission. And I'm like, oh, shoot, like so now I started to clock the people, and I was like, oh, that's CPS. No, I'm going into the room first. You're not about to this is my bread and butter. You're trying to take kids away, whether it's, you know, a diet or, you know, that you don't feel like the person is like actually fit. Like I need to, you know, I used to race CPS. I forgot all about it. I used to race onto the room because they were just like wilding out, especially on the no vaccine thing. Because it was just like if you refuse certain things, the nurses was calling on you.
Oh, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
it was just like,
you know what I mean? And the fact is, you know what I mean? I remember, I mean, shit, they ain't that much weed that I smoked that I don't remember all 3 times having all 3 of my kids. And the first time having my child, I remember the girl in the room next to me was 14 years old. And that was one of the reasons why they called CPS on her, because she was 14 years old, giving birth to some baby.
You're like, what's going on in your house?
Again, our thoughts is always have been is these people only need to be utilized when the child is truly being abused. When they are in abusive situations, then they should be utilized. And then we also, you know, when the forces that are checking, you know, that are checking what they are doing, need to also, you know what I mean, check the system to make sure that these children are truly okay, that they move on within this system or on an okay basis, that they don't grow up to be people that need therapy based on all the, you know, all the movements that they have gone through and throughout their lives, you know what I mean? That they become, especially in the now pandemonium streets that encourage depression, encourage, you know, you being by yourself, encouraging you to just deal with it, and if you want to just end it all. Like that to me is what society is saying now. It's just either just deal with it, just be depressed, be by yourself, and make sure you pay all your taxes though, you know,
and buy all the good
death
stuff.
And taxes, you know. And you said it, we've said it over and over again. If anyone's listening to this, if you find yourself being accused of some false charges, get yourself the best lawyer that you can. Don't depend on these public defenders who are also just working for the government. If you have no other choice, baby, I understand, but try to get yourself the best lawyer who will get paid on the back end. Because if they do that, then they already know, they can tell you within 20 minutes whether you have a case or not. Usually you explain, you get yourself lawyered up, you get all your documents in order, and you defend yourself, because there's too much slander going on. What was the segue that you were talking about? Because I want to talk about some
my segue was going to be like, and that's not the only like interesting job I have.
Okay.
So just going from photographer to branding and graphics to marketing and sales kind of is a general like path. Honestly, if you know any photographers, guarantee they can play their hand in a little bit of graphics. If you know any graphic designers, guarantee they can play their hand in a little bit of marketing or branding. If you know anybody in marketing, branding, guarantee they can sell. And so that has been my like full like career journey. When it comes to like problem solving nowadays as a brand or a marketing creative just thinker, I just think that catch the story, catch what is trying to be said, catch what's trying to be felt, and from there build out around it. When it comes to, let's say this client that I have now is doing dinner parties and they want to do a dinner party every month, which is cool. And then they tell me what's on the menu. It's like a 5-course. It is ran and owned and operated by Black women. It's in Atlanta. I'm like, all right, say less. You know, it's actually called Elevated. And so they just had they're actually getting ready to have their first dinner this weekend. Well, the weekend coming.
Is it infused dinners?
It is. It is. It is.
We need to talk to them, please. Hook us up.
It is. They're dope. She's really running the show, and she has 2 other partners, and trying to make it elegant. No, not so much, right there in your face and things like that. So I immediately grabbed all the things that I could think of, sent her over a proposal, and she was like, yo, I know I needed something like quick, because she did need something like at that moment, because she was trying to get things printed out. But she was like, I'm very glad that you are who I asked you for, because she doesn't have to get this done again. When you can, and she was an awesome client. Like, I would legitly, she sent me over everything. She sent me the bio, the mark out, the market that she was trying to get into. Like, she gave me all the information I could ever ask for. And then was available to talk and call. And then when I started designing, it was like, that's why it was so fast. That's why it was so easy. You gave me all the materials that I actually needed to work with. And then from there, it was like, hey, can you also do this? And I was like, all right, what's the deadline on that? Got you. Can you also do this? And it became just like a one thing that you needed immediately to logo, secondary logo, flyer. All right, let's get this, events page looking right. And we were able to kind of walk all the way through that, from just I need somebody now. I don't like what this person has done. I think it's trash. And I never did she once question anything. And when I wasn't able to get something done, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to have time to do it. She said, no worries. Do I need to pay you for your time? I was like, oh, talk to me nice. love me forever.
Girl,
yes.
What is that cash out in the Zelle or whatever? What we doing?
Right,
what?
Right. I started and I knew I was not going to be able to finish. So this is a disappointment for her. But she still valued my time. And I was just like, yo,
of course,
you need anything. Don't hesitate. I'll answer your ring, even if I'm busy, because I know you're not going to disrespect my time. And if you can't pay it, you're just going to say you can't do it. It ain't going to be no back and forth for if you have a solution to pay me on the back end. Yeah, but it ain't gonna be no haggle.
Word of mouth goes around, though. That's how the word of mouth goes around.
I got it from word of mouth.
You provided a service. You provided the whole timeline, and you know what I mean. And she was happy with it. You know what I'm saying. So therefore, you know what I mean. That's a return customer. Definitely, you know what I mean. It's a spread the word, tell a friend kind of energy.
I was wondering. I was like, yo, am I the only one?
Hell yeah, you need. Let me tell you something. Motherhood, sex, marijuana definitely depends on spread the word, tell a friend.
Absolutely.
Energy. What?
Word of mouth.
Ruby, where yours
at, baby?
Ruby, where yours at? Were you not lighting up? This is not that type of podcast.
Man, okay. You know what? Thank you for calling me out. I got my mom with me. I kind of, so she's chilling. She's actually eating her meal.
Mama listening to the podcast live. Oh shit.
Man, you know what? I wish she would. My mom's in town to help me out with this bullshit. So I decided to give her some lunch. And then I'm like, okay, Mom, eat and I'll be back. So she's a slow eater, so she's fine. But I'm in my car right now, and if I were to light up, it'd just be too, you know what I'm saying? I'm still high though. Don't trip. I'm good. But you know what?
Mama, that's what's up.
I need to hook you up with some edibles. What's your edible?
Let me tell you something. I've been wanting to buy some edibles. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is that my cheap ass is a cheap ass. No, I'm gonna keep it all the way G, because the store that I go to, right, first of all, there's a couple of stores I go to. Yes, they're illegal right now. Fuck that. Nigga been buying weed illegally since the motherfucking 80s.
Hey, where you at? I'm in New York City.
Drew is in Seattle, of course. I'm in New York City. I used to live in Seattle, but I moved back. So, but you know what I'm saying? And right now we got a couple of, you know, dispensaries popping up here and there. And, you know, according to the law, they illegal. But you see.
That bus in New York is still running. That's all I know.
The buses, you talking about a bus. Girl, there's buses. Fuck you mean. There's buses everywhere. There's niggas parked up with tables and shit. Ruby can tell you for sure.
Oh my God.
I haven't been to New York since it's been legal.
Shit, we got a whole place called Stone Pizza that charges $120 to come up in there and eat everything that's this infused with cannabis. I just can't get there yet, but I'm planning to get up this $120 and pay to go up in there one time.
Oh, we're gonna have to do that, Queen.
But what I'm saying is that these stores, they got chocolate bars and they got, you know, cute little gummies and whatnot. I don't really do gummies. So I wanted to get a chocolate bar, but then one of the stores got a chocolate bar for $50. And yeah, she tried to tell me that, you know, the THC in it is all high and this and that. But I said $50, man. Oh my God, I can't pay $50 for no candy, man. I can't. No, I don't like that. My sweet tooth is taken care of by $1, $2. That's kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. I can't do that thing. $50. Oh my God. It's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, people with me says that's a lot of money. I can't do it. You know
Mom, can you say hi to my friends real quick?
All right.
Okay, good. Really in.
See, I wasn't lying. I got Mom Dukes out here, you know what I'm saying?
I like the cut she got, though. I like the cut. Yes,
they're just bangs. It's just bangs. She got y'all fooled over here.
Oh.
But thank you for that. I'm going to step away so that I can actually curse and speak my mind.
Okay. Indeed. But yes.
But while she step away, though, you gotta come see what this Portland. Gotta come to Portland.
Oh, is that where you at?
Let me tell you, that $50 chocolate bar probably a good like $15-20 here. Same level.
See, this is what I'm saying, honey. The cheaper with me would pay $15-20. I would dead ass pay $15-20 and be like, okay, yes, I paid $15-20, but this is a weed candy. But as soon as you start talking about $30, $40, $50, I start going, hey, my pocket can't do that. My fucking
I got y'all.
Those kind of
are
parties,
you in Portland?
those expensive parties. Those are, you know what I'm saying? What do they call it? The VIP section. I can't do that. I can't join that VIP section.
I got you. I'm gonna use my little discount over here.
I'm just saying,
did you say that you're what?
Yes, I was just saying like $50. I mean,
no, that's
my
too
pocket cannot join. My pocket is not ready for that party.
I'm gonna when I see y'all, I have some edibles. I'm turning into an edible queen over here. I'm like, ooh, I can stay high all day and not smell like an ashtray. Okay. But did you say you're in Oregon right now?
Portland.
Andrea?
I in between Portland. I get my stuff from Portland, you know, but we're in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay,
my gosh. How long are you in there? Or how long are you staying there?
So the goal is to move to Atlanta by summer. I did just work on my first TV set last year, and have to be honest, it was amazing. I walked in there as like a PA because I was like, I don't want to pretend like I know what I'm doing, because I wanted to like actually learn, and I wasn't going to be in a photographer role. So I was like, yeah, let me just be a PA so I, you know, can get my bearings and stuff like that. But I end up walking out like as a director at a point, because their final episode, there's a whole segment that I fully directed and like wrote the scene. And it was crazy because, like, you know, you got the DP that was right there, the director, you know, everybody's around there. It's like, yo, because I did the logo and the graphics for it. And then when it was set time, I was like, let me just be a PA. And they were just like, hey, so we need this. Can you do it with the graphics? I was like, and it needed to be ready within 3 hours. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna be able to do that in 3 hours. But what I can do, and like off the top of the dome, I was just like, we can actually like shoot them coming in, open up the garage door, because that's how they came. So we did a whole like Airbnb situation, because it was a female comedy sketch show, that reality basically, and it's called She's So Funny. And so she took 9 contestants and actually put something together where she gave a grand prize of $10,000 at the end. So it was just like 9 Black females, 8 Black females, just, you know, like a one, I'll take it, you know, because Tamar definitely held her own. She actually wanted the contestant. She was the white girl out of the group, and I can't say she held her own. And I loved it. And it was funny, you know, shooting from behind the scenes, because like you actually see their like real interaction, nothing edited. And a lot of them already actually knew each other from like just the comic like circuit and like being in the nightclubs all night. And so you can see the bonds, and you can see the competition of it. And so when they were telling me we need something for the like grand finale, when the winner actually happens, and I directed the scene like, hey, they came in through this door, so let's have a reveal of them coming out as the winner. They speak, they say something, and then it goes back to the shot of basically them actually like winning. And they were like, bet, shoot it. And I was like,
yeah,
what?
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? You showed them your skills, and then they had to upgrade you real quick. Damn like, right. It was
crazy. I was like, what? Because there should have been somebody in front of me before they got to me. And that's the thing I tell people all the time. Still walk into the room, still talk, still speak, still be normal, be humble about it, but like don't ever dim your light. Because no matter who is in front of you or who should have actually been asked, because there's no way a PA is ever supposed to be asked that question. Like the PA on sets are like legitly assistants to the assistant to the assistant.
Basically, like, they the motherfuckers that's getting the bagels and cleaning out we garbage cans. We are getting the bagels. We are like taking ironing, people, you know,
all important work though.
You know what I mean? Right. Oh hell yeah! I know what the fuck a PA does. A PA does the lowest of the low.
Right. Like
I like to think of it as the glue that keeps everything together.
Yes, no, they definitely make it run. Without PAs, it would not run. Facts. But just the fact that so many people were passed for it to even come to me at all was like, yo, don't ever do your job, but don't ever dim your light. Like, because you never know who's in the room, who needs it at the moment. Because obviously there are some things that was like either too many, we were too spread too thin, or you know, things like that. So to be able to save the day in that situation, I couldn't say it. And that's why to also tell people, don't get stuck in like a one, like, because if I was just stuck in being a PA, I would have never said it. If I was just stuck in just doing the graphics for it, and that's my lane, and you know, that's all I can do, I would have been like losing my mind trying to build an entire animation within 3 hours.
AKA like, closed mouths don't get fed. What
facts.
What the hell? Closed mouths don't get fed. Like immediately, you know what I'm saying? There was a problem. You jumped up with a solution, and niggas was like, "Oh yeah, we going with that.
For yourself."
And then it's like, "Okay, yes, that was my solution. I brought that to the table." And
don't just say no.
Have to read. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to look at my resume to see that. To see, never mind, my resume already say I do that. So you see, you can see that I actually produced a good production. You're damn right.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And it was lit. And so since then, I've gotten like a couple like requests to work on this set. Cause I mean, the people that I was working with, that's their 9 to 5. They're shooting right now as we speak. And so they were asking me to like, yo, are you available this? Because like the beautiful thing about it is like the crew kind of all work within each other. Like those were people that like have known each other, has worked with each other on different like projects and stuff like that. So there was a community there. So it wasn't that, cameraman one was just cameraman one either. Cameraman one has actually written and directed. Like, matter of fact, the audio engineer, he dropped a movie like at the top of the year. And if you're into horror, I will get you the name of it. But I told him I might take a peek, but because it's on Amazon Prime, it's on actually a couple of different like spots that you can see it. I know it was in a couple of theaters when he released it. But yeah, I know for a fact it's on Amazon Prime because I said one day I'm gonna just play it.
Shit, because my husband loves horror. I mean, I won't watch it with him because I don't got time for horror.
Right. I said I was gonna play it and just walk out the room.
With me when I'm trying to sleep, and bruh, my sleep needs to be with nothing. Okay, I need to be rested. And horror showing up in my bedroom, in my head and shit. I don't got time for that. But yes, drop the name.
Guys, when we get to this part, I'm gonna send you the graphic to the movie. You just put it over my face. That's the movie I'm talking about, y'all. This one right here.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
Shout out to my man Sean. Like he did that. I was like, yo, this is like really dope. So a couple people from there was like, yo, are you available this week? And then I had to tell them like, don't live in Atlanta. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, I don't live here. I'm not gonna be here.
So that's the reason for the move to Atlanta. Because
that is the reason.
That's where the opportunity is popping up, which makes sense based on, honestly, based on how, reality shows are going. I'm not saying that you would be involved in that crap. I mean, depending on depending on where the check is, because I figure like this, Mona ain't into it, ain't doing it no more. But the fact is, the people that she left it to are definitely keeping up the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Andy and everybody else is keeping up the fuck
and
shit.
The ones.
So you know what I mean? So
the ones on Zoom.
And Atlanta is definitely got a lot of reality shows, a lot of things popping up. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to be there. And if I don't know if it's legal in Atlanta though, but
not yet.
It don't matter because again, the plug always gets shit. The plug is still living somewhere, paying his rent, taking care of his kids. The fuck? The plug is taking care of his kids. The fuck?
I love it. I love these gems that you're dropping on us. What would it take to date somebody like you, Aundrea? We gotta know.
What would it take?
Or at least get a kiss. How can someone get a kiss?
Okay, because this is the segment of the show where we get into your pum pum business. I mean, your pum pum business must be discussed. No!
Understood. So what it takes? I don't know, y'all. It takes a bit much.
It should.
With your mind.
Fuck niggas, get out of here. Fuck niggas, get out of here.
I don't want to pretend like it's not a lot, but it's a lot. I want to pretend low key, like, no, it's nothing. It's simple.
It should be a lot. Fuck out of here. It should be a lot.
Just be funny, someone. No, it's not that for me. I need a little bit more. I would have to say, like, there has to be a level of, I'm gonna make up something real quick and just say confident and secure security service. Like, that's your security service name, is confident and secure. Like, like you are going to be okay and, down for the cause, whether I am doing my absolute best or just fucking up. Like,
indeed.
I need you to be down and secure when I am at the top of my top, but also at my low of my low. Like,
love that.
Sure, there will be some things written that are unforgivable, by just me wanting to love you, I will know that from you, and just by you wanting to love me, you'll know it from me. But still, there needs to be like a lowest of low, and I still can feel confident and secure. Like, I ain't talking about killing your mama, but if she say one more word to me, we might have a little back and forth.
I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be in the same room with your mama.
I need you to still ride for
like,
me.
listen. I think your mama needs to live a long life. So if she just, stays over there, I'm not saying I gonna do it. I didn't say nothing about me. I didn't say nothing like that. But I just say that, she could stay over there, and I'm gonna be over here, and then we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay.
I'm saying, and you know what? I would normally ride or die with the older folks, but I just had a situation. And I was just like, what would I like? My friend just had a full situation. She is getting ready to be married next year. So shout out to them. I am the maid of honor, and she just had a situation with her mother-in-law about, guest attire. And even though the mother-in-law, these are her children that are the guests in attire that we are concerned about, you have my friend who is like, wear wherever you want. And the mother is like, are you gonna be in a suit or a dress? And my friend is like, no, you just didn't ask her that. If she want to be in a suit, she could be in a suit. We do not care about that. We just want you to come, because the girl felt bad. She was like, I'm gonna wear a dress as y'all wedding gift. My friend was like, girl, you don't put that, double up suit on with the best 4-piece, 3-piece. I do not care. Give me my gift.
Wait a minute. Hold up. I just realized what's going on here. Hold up.
And that's like, so she's having like a back and forth, not really a back and forth, but just like an issue with the mother's views that are affecting her in her wedding day.
And again, it's like, bruh, I'm gonna wear what looks right. Like, because if I come in here with some heels and some dress, somebody might look at me and be like, who the fuck is that?
And the sisters,
I don't know her.
The sister's a groomsman. Like, he want his sister to be a groomsman. So his sister gonna be a groomsman. But are you gonna wear a suit or a dress? Like, what you mean? Like, this is his
fucking suit. The fuck?
Exactly. This is his big sister. Like, what do you mean? That's like, I'm sorry, but in all the situations I've ever seen, when there is a big sister over a little brother, there is a different type of bond. Like, the big sister is a ride or die for that man normally. Like, you have a little brother, it's over. That, like, nah. So you gotta understand, this is his big sister, and he wants her like beside him. And your whole issue is, you're pressuring your daughter to make you happy on a day that's not even about you. And no, this is the bigger sister, so she been like this for a while now, people. This is
so here you go with your funky dress trying to change her,
right?
And thinking this is going to change anything, and it's not. It's literally not.
Yeah,
and I get what you're saying, because it's like it's the mother-in-law and the father-in-law. You know what I mean? It's the whole in-law.
Yeah, so I was just thinking,
like I'm not like, hey, guess what? I'm not fucking you. What? No, I'm not fucking you. I'm fucking him, right? No, I'm fucking him. So I don't care if you don't like me. No, I really don't care. Matter of fact, the fact that you don't like me makes me smile.
Right.
Just saying.
So just thinking about, if I had to be in that situation, I'm gonna need my significant other to be okay with me having words with your mama.
Let me tell you something.
Because it's gonna
be. I don't know. I can't really. I'm gonna tell you. In my life, I've never been. I never got along with nobody's in-laws. Nobody until the fuck out of here. I think the only person I ever really fucked with was like my first baby daddy's mama. Like, she was cool. She was actually nice. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. She was actually nice. But everybody else, since then, the fuck, it's to a point where it's like I don't get invited to barbecues. And guess what I'm doing when niggas at barbecues? I'm in my house doing this.
Hey, you're the reason why we gotta ask who all they
I don't give a fuck about your barbecue. Fuck your barbecue.
You are the reason we gotta ask who is coming. Who all gonna be there? They try to make sure you know.
Shit, nah, cause you ain't even got to ask, cause I already got the official. I'm not invited, and I have sent out the word that I am fine with that. Who? I am so fine with that. No, don't invite me ever. No, fuck your barbecue, son.
And we're okay with that because we invite ourselves, right, Queen?
I got a grill.
Exactly.
There's a park up the street. What happened? And New York City niggas grill on sidewalks. Who you talking to?
That's why self-love is important.
Who you talking to?
Yes. Aundrea, I appreciate you so much, but I have another question, sex related.
Okay. She said, I appreciate you so much, but
it's not fiery enough.
I need to know.
Can you please tell us about your worst sexual experience, the most embarrassing one, please? Because we're on a roll with these ones.
Oh, man. Oh gosh. I mean, I have two that come out the most. Okay, so I gotta get into the very first time of me trying to have sex. And I do mean trying because I was trying and it was, well, we're getting to the story. But so pretty much I've been like, Jesus is my first cousin my entire life, well, at least from 13 to like 24, 25. So I was holding it down. Like, yes. I was up there. V's up for victory.
V's up for victory. Okay.
That's what they told us in the church house. That's what they told us. But pretty much I had broke up with my fiance and now I'm on this whole like everything they told you was kind of partially true, but it's not going to be the thing that gets you everything you want. So you don't have to like restrict yourself of like just living life because it's still going to be you making decisions, you making right choices. Like, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do my thing. And I was out there, doing my marketing and sales. And I made my first $2,000 in a week. Boy, I thought I was something. I was like, yes, I got money now. You know what I deserve? Dick. So I was like, I hit up this dude I had been talking to for a little minute. And so he was like, and he knows what the situation and status is. So he was like, what you want right now? What you talking about that? I was like, yo, I'm about to come tell him, man. It's like his long drive. I mean, I was like, why did I do this at this? Because he lived far. I mean, it was good enough drive to be like, yo, are you even thinking about like this?
So you was
a 2-hour journey? Okay, cool. 2-hour journey. Right. Like
2 hours.
Okay, yes. Right. I feel like big shit. Then I was like 2-hour drive, because you got to go back and forth. So it's really an hour to get there, hour back. I think about all the math. So I get there or whatever. And I was like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to like do or say. So I was like, yo, let me use your bathroom. So I was like, all right. So, I mean, I just got off of work. Should I like take a shower? Like, I don't know. Is he cool with me taking a shower? I am losing my mind right now. What? All right, so I'm gonna do a whole bath real quick. Do a whole bath. Like, let's get into it. Like, I've been pitching all day. I've been walking and running. So I'm like, all right, do a whole bath. All right, so I go out there on the couch. We talking and chatting. I'm like, yeah. So you still got those handcuffs? And he was like, yo, you wildin'. Like, you know, you're not even about that. I'm like, I'm serious. He was like, no, you're not. You lying. I was like, no, bro. Like, I'm with it. And that's where I fucked up because I called him bro. But so like,
motherfuckers hate that.
I'm trying to convince him or whatever. He was like, all right. And so we go back to his bedroom. I see like these handcuffs above because that's how I found out. And so I'm like, yeah, put me in the handcuffs, put me in the handcuffs. When I tell you my hands are just like this and they hurt so bad. It hurts so bad. It's not a comfortable thing.
No. Handcuffs are not
I was
sexual.
like, yo, I'm like fully like, yo, my wrist hurt. Hey, yo. So he trying to do his thing, and I'm like, hey, yo, bro, I'm sorry, but you gonna have to get me out of these handcuffs. You gonna have to let me down, bro. Let me down. And he's like, all right, and we try to like get back into it, and then he's just like, you know, it's not working for him.
Because it doesn't sound like there was any kind of, you know, like,
him.
like you were attracted to him, but it didn't sound like, you know what I mean? Like you was horny, but you wasn't horny for him. It didn't sound like, at least that's what it sounded like to me.
What? That's probably what it was. He realized that because honestly, he was just available. He was just available. I feel so bad. But yeah, needless to say, that ended up in tragedy. Didn't even happen. I felt so terrible and awkward, and just did not even know what to do with myself, like, at all. And yeah, just knocked out, and then woke up the next morning and like went home, took a shower, went work, and that was it.
Oh wait!
You
fell asleep in the crib.
She didn't even have the decency to leave.
I didn't. And then he probably looking at you like, all right, well, I ain't gonna just tell her to go. I'm gonna just
right. And that's what
that was awesome though.
And see, that's what I mean. Like, there is a level of like, to talk to me, there is that level. I gotta be able to do some weird stuff like that. Like, and if you I know me. I've been like, that's probably just something that's just gonna come with me. It's gonna be awkward as hell. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a pro at this, and I don't pretend to be. I'm gonna ask questions. So, and you gotta know when it's like, when to hold them and when to fold them. And if you're not about that action, or like not about that life, I do not hold you. Do your thing. Just don't wait for me. Don't wait for me. I ain't coming at all.
He didn't come either, apparently.
Points for even thinking about trying the cuffs, because honestly, you know what I'm saying? Once you feel them shits in the you know, in the police sense, you just like, oh hell no, nah. Don't you ever dare put these things. I don't know if they fuzzy red, fuzzy pink. Don't
cuff me, baby.
Cuffs on my motherfucking wrist like this.
And get some for my ankles too, and get some for my thumbs. You went
from one step to fucking Sunday and take them shackles off your feet so you can dance.
Once that trust been established with me, cuff me, and depending on who I'm playing with, I might be the one that cuffs or the cuffee.
Let me tell you something. You can have it. You can have it. That shit hurts. It should hurt.
But you know what? You're gonna. I know what you like though. Andrea's in for the head. She said head is her favorite thing, didn't you?
I mean, head is everybody's favorite thing. Let's keep it real. You know what? If it's done right, we most certainly celebrate it. Hello.
STD free, pregnancy free.
Exactly. Like, okay,
orgasm almost guaranteed.
situation facts situation yesterday, right? So new dude, cool, whatever, hanging out, chilling, and he is the Portland plug. Like he got showing me all the edibles and things like that. Take one blunt out, we smoking it. Take the other blunt out, we smoking it. We got an edible going. It's there, right? And so, just chit chatting. Oh, you can dance? I was like, yeah. I background dance as a kid. I did the whole scream tour, weirdness or whatever. And it's like, word, no, you can't dance, niggas. You can't dance better than me. I was like, I probably can. I probably can. So it came down to this being a dance battle to now we're high in a full all right. We in a straight club. We done made the crib the club. And I do something that I guess just shocks and amazes him. And he was like, how many kids do you want? And I was like, what? No, I can't ever go over there again. You are trying to trap. You are trying to lock somebody down. Like, you are messing up the money right now, boy.
He was trying to disrupt your life and have you barefooted and cooking in that kitchen.
Wild. You hear me? I was like, yo, and did not just ask it like one time, asked it multiple times as if I'm like some just a magical unicorn that he ain't never seen before. Like, I'm still like a human being. Like, I understand it's not your average day.
They be shit. Half the time they just be saying some shit because they just
saying stuff.
They
that is not what I want to hear.
Boom, boom. And they want to say the most to get you to be in the most. But girl, a little protection to take care of that. I'm just saying.
Man.
A little protection to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? But
girl, I can see why though. I try to get you pregnant.
No, ma'am.
I'm just saying.
Right then and there. Right then and there. You start seeing me less and less.
Single and ready to mingle.
That's all it is. You start seeing me less and less. That's all it is. I can't take those chances. I'm not about it. Like you said earlier, fuck them kids. I'll be 31 this year, and if you're not talking about how many businesses we want versus how many kids I want, why would you give me responsibility and not profit?
And
ain't nothing profitable about your damn kids.
Assets over liabilities, you guys. That's how you get this golden pussy.
The way technology and life is going, we can, you know what I mean? We can be up to 45 and have kids. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta
them kids. Right 45? 45, I bet not see next.
I'm just saying. I've done it. I'm just telling you. I've done it. I'm just telling you that it can be done. You know what I'm saying? Collect all the monies between 35 and 40, and then just have 1 and 2 kids that you could get the boss around. Like, here, look here, nigga. I'm gonna need you to go do that.
It's not that. At this point in life, something will have to change. It would have to be like my partner's responsibility to ask to request it, but I will be the greatest auntie godmama in the world. And if he don't want
you on that Mary J. Blige shit, like what?
You feel me? Have y'all seen
I got a whole bunch of nephews. I can live through them and then just give them right back.
Have y'all seen Ashanti? Y'all know Ashanti 41, and Ashanti ain't got no kids, and Ashanti can still sing better than some of these girls and looks better than a lot of these girls.
She feel like she does in the 90s, like she did in the 90s. But you know what? I love that perspective because we need it all. There's obviously different opinions. Motherhood actually has changed me for the better, but we don't all need to be mothers to be changed for the better. And that's why all of our perspectives are very important. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Ladies, my phone is about to die, but I just wanted to express how much I love this conversation. It's too short. and we've got to get like another follow-up or something.
Oh,
But
that means her question won't really answer. She want to know more.
Wait, what? Yeah, because of course that's where she want to do. That's what she want to do. But of course, her phone is dying, which is a signal that says you have gotten enough business of her boom boom business. Okay.
Oh no, no, y'all. I know her number, so I can just ask her about her poom poom on the side. And I know her email too, so we good.
That is what's up. But hell yeah, thank you for coming through. You know what I'm saying?
No worries.
Absolutely, we enjoyed this conversation, and of course, we gonna definitely get all the links to the shirt.
Yes, I'm gonna send the movie poster and where to get the shirts.
And we're gonna put all of that in the video when it drops. Absolutely. So, because motherhood,
strong, powerful Black queen,
always in the motherfucking building.
Always in the building. Thank you, Andrea.
So New York, always in the motherfucking building.
Stop playing, man.
You know what I'm talking about, son?
That's how we do it, son. Stop playing, son. The fuck?
Oh man, I love y'all. Thank you so much.
All right, now.
All right, bye.
Peace.
Bye, y'all.